Whether it was a much-needed catch-up with a friend for coffee or a dash to ToyWorld for a belated birthday present, Wellingtonians were out in force today as retailers opened for business. Our reporter Logan Church and videographer Sam Rillstone have been out speaking to business owners and shoppers today, and Logan joins us from Courtney Place as restaurants get ready to welcome customers back inside for the first time under level 2 tonight. So Logan, how many people are wafting about out there?
Well, it's certainly a lot busier than it has been over the past 7 weeks. There are restaurants right along Courtney Place that have reopened. Many have been forced shut for the entirety of the lockdown. Of course, we saw an increase in activity when we went to alert level 3 and some of those takeaway options became available, but there's certainly more people out and about. Back to pre-COVID days? Definitely not. There's certainly many restaurants that are looking quite empty, even despite the social distancing rules. However, eager shoppers, though, were certainly a welcome sight to those business owners. However, some are worried that the retail rush that many saw today won't continue for much longer. For the past month, Lower Hutt's retail districts resembled a ghost town. But today, the first day of Alert Level 2, shoppers of all ages filled the streets.
We've been to ToyWorld and what have we bought?
PJ Masks and Lego.
We've come here twice while it's been closed just to show him that it's closed, because that's how desperate he's wanted to come and get something. And it was his birthday yesterday, so I said as soon as the shop opens we can go.
Up the road, Queensgate Mall is back open, a steady stream of shoppers coming in and out. Meanwhile, barbers along the main drag are dealing with long queues of bushy-haired people desperate for a cut. Restaurants and cafes are also, for the first time, setting up outdoor tables and chairs and welcoming patrons inside. Among them is Michael Gray of Buzz Cafe. He can normally fit 80 people inside his establishment, but social distancing rules have meant many of the tables are stacked at the back and a new takeaway waiting area established.
We're probably around the 40 mark. In reality, maybe 50, but we could be pushing if we did 50, but I don't want to push the envelope, but we need every person in here to make it work. 50% down on turnover is what I'm predicting.
At the front door, customers sign in, using pens sitting in a drinking glass that have all been individually sanitised. In some ways, lockdown has been tough for Michael, but he is trying to come up with innovative ways to run his business.
It's been hard. It's been hard financially. We've got debt, and we're trying to work that out. So every person comes in here, it's like, yay! It's been a little quiet start this morning, but I'm glad it has, and I just hope that people get into that habit. They've got to change their habits again now. I mean, a guy this morning, he sort of came in, and I would normally shake his hand. I know him, And it was like, whoa, your elbow. It was different. But we're getting used to it. And that's what it is. It's the new normal.
Down the road, Christina Hall has reopened a colourful bake shop, Cupcake Sweeties, for in-person sales for the first time today. Lockdown also presented a challenge for her, with a large part of her business, classes and retail, unable to operate as normal. A business lifeline came around Mother's Day.
Normally Mother's Day, we'll pick up a few orders, but it's certainly not a big day for us. And we were absolutely floored. We had hundreds, in fact, it was well over 2,000 cupcakes that we decorated that weekend. Over 700 macarons went out. And we never have these sorts of volumes going out.
To run her small store safely, Christina has put strict rules in place to manage people coming in and out.
Maximum 2 customers at a time. We're not accepting cash at the moment, and we've got our register to make sure we are recording contact details. We will see how that goes, and we'll see if customers are observing it and make adjustments where we can.
Back in the city, Wellington's Cuba Street is buzzing. Hundreds of people are here shopping, all while nervously trying to keep distance from others. Checkpoint spoke to retail store Ico partner Rose Bollinger prior to lockdown, and she and her business partners faced uncertain times. Now, though, a sense of optimism as people come into the shop, keeping inside square duct tape boxes her staff have laid on the floor to keep people apart.
More people out in the street, maybe not that many people buying yet. I think people are coming to grips with their new reality. People are kind of almost waking up from a daydream. People are in their little shopping groups, which I believe they're allowed to be in, and they're kind of being considerate of each other. I think most people are being kind and being supportive of each other. Of course, there's the odd one out, but yeah, I think in general that's maybe our Kiwi spirit, I don't know.
But what these business owners do know is that they are going to have to rely on people wanting to shop locally to survive the economic fallout from COVID-19. Some of those social distancing rules has proven a bit of a challenge for some of the businesses out here, especially those in smaller buildings. Many who might be used to having a lot more customers than they would be allowed now. We've visited restaurants and cafes today, which have had many of their tables left stacked in the corner as they manage those strict social distancing guidelines inside their establishments, which has proven a challenge, and many business owners are worried that in the long term this will have quite a big effect on their bottom line. I mean, in that story you heard from one business owner expecting a 50% drop in income over the coming weeks and months. So certainly a lot of challenges ahead. However, everyone we spoke to today certainly had a sense of optimism in them. They were stoked that they were able to reopen, and for many people in restaurants and cafes and even in the retail spaces, they're here to talk to, it's a people's business. They're here to talk to people and interact with customers. So they're really stoked to be back up opening and I guess coping with the new normal as we go forward.
Thanks, Logan. That's Logan Church joining us live from Courtney Place in Wellington.